Hey guys, I'm Eli. I am here for a video that I've been wanting to do for a while. I've done videos similar to this, but this is a band I've been wanting to talk about for a while. It's a band I have talked about at least once, but I don't know. I haven't really gone in depth. I've been wanting to just do a video about this band in general. I do not have their entire discography. I have both full lengths that they have. That's all I have, but a lot of their stuff, a lot of that older stuff is hard to find. So anyway, that band in question is the shirt that I'm wearing, Nazxul from Australia. Definitely one of my favorite black metal bands. I know a lot of people like them. They have a pretty good following. They played at Maryland Death Fest a couple of years back. They definitely have their fans, but even despite all that, I still feel like they're slightly overrated. Maybe even vastly overrated. They're one of my favorite black metal bands by far. So, anyways, if you don't know a lot about Nazxul, like I said, I feel like a pretty good amount of people don't. They were formed in Australia in 1993. I don't remember which part of Australia, sorry. But 93. They put out their first demo in 94. I can't remember exactly. Let me see. I think I wrote it down. I'm a fucking idiot. The first album, anyways, the first album came out in 95, so they've been a band for 2 years by then. They put out their debut, full-length, and classic masterpiece, Totem. I've showed this before, but if you didn't see the video where I showed it, then I'll show it again. This is a Eisenwald Records re-release. By the way, if you hear some growling in the background, Louis is playing with a buddy, so that might fucking ruin the video, but whatever. Very cool layout artwork, bunch of cool occult type stuff that I don't understand, but like anyways. It's a digipack, but it's pretty cool. It's kind of a tougher material. It's kind of like almost like a poster board. It's kind of gritty. It's cool. It's cool. It's a nice release, nice re-release, I gotta say. Sorry, fucking phone sliding down. I definitely consider this album a classic. I don't know about other people. This album, and just this band in general, they kind of just have almost everything I want in black metal. I mean, it's ferocious, it's highly atmospheric. It's almost like ambient in a sense that it's not ambient, but it almost has the same effect on me. Kind of trance-like atmosphere. But everything they do is just absolutely dripping in atmosphere, and to me it's extremely memorable and extremely addicting. Some of the melodies, I just can't get enough. So anyway, like I said, they formed in 93 by, I wrote it down, I'm cheating, I took notes. Formed by Adrian Henderson, Dalibor Bakovic, Steve Hughes, from stand-up comedian and Slaughterlord. You might know Slaughterlord, I'll go into that in a second. And Lachlan Mitchell. So anyway, formed by those four guys. After they did Totem, they put out an EP called The Black Seed, which I don't have. It's hard to come by, and it's extremely fucking good. The Black Seed EP for me feels like a perfect counterbalance between Totem and their 2009 album, Iconoclast. And I'll go into Iconoclast here. This is the last thing. Well, they did an EP after this, but it was like 2 songs and one with a cover, I think. Actually, I don't know if there's any new material on that EP. But anyways, this is the last full length they did, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the last original material that they did. This album, I believe, I consider it a modern classic. Here, let's get a close-up on that. Moribund Records, by the way. I consider it, a definite modern classic. I mean, if you're a fan of Emperor, like In the Night Side Eclipse, or Anthems, this band and especially this album is definitely for you. To be honest, I feel like this album holds up to In the Night Side Eclipse easily, and it came out in fucking 2009, so that's pretty impressive. It doesn't. I'm comparing it to their first album. I think this one is a little bit more symphonic. I think it's got a little more keyboards. And the funny thing is about this band is the years that they've been around, they've had a decent amount of turnover in the band. There's been quite a few people come and go, and yet it kind of baffles me to the the quality that they maintained with so many members coming and going. Like I said, this 2009 album is a fucking masterpiece. They only have 2 original members left, and they're both guitarists, and I believe that's probably what those 2 must have just kept it together really well. They kept the sound going even with different vocalists. This band has had at least 2 or 3 different vocalists. I'm sorry, my fucking phone, man, it's sliding down. I need to get a better setup. Anyways, yeah, I desperately want to get more stuff from this band. They've also, in addition to their debut EP, they've also done a handful of splits, 2 EPs. I talked about one of them. I really need to hunt that stuff down, but it's not stuff I usually come by often, or else I would have it. So, and I mentioned Steve Hughes. I talk about Steve Hughes all the time. He's a stand-up comedian. He's a drummer. He helped form Nazxul. Was in the band for like 6 years. But before that, in the late 80s, he was in a band called Slaughter Lord, which you should be familiar with. If you're not, man, get into this. Also from Australia. Slaughter Lord sound nothing like Nazxul. They are kind of a really primitive Black Death thrash type band, just savage stuff. This is a cult demo, very fucking cult, man. Get this if you don't have it. This is a compilation, by the way. It's called Thrash Till Death. Compilation of the early material. There's been a couple. This isn't the first pressing. I bought this from King Fally, of Deceased. Facebook friends talk to him pretty often. There's the back. Not a record label I'm familiar with, but anyway, bought it from King. I've been wanting to get a copy of it for a long time. So yeah, man. I don't know what else I can say. I'm not real good at describing things in detail, so I don't want to ramble on. I like to, if I feel like I need to keep it short, I probably should just keep it short. So anyways, that wraps that up, man. Go listen to Nazxul if you haven't. Absolutely amazing black metal. I can't recommend them enough. They may not be for everybody, but honestly, man, at least in my mind, I cannot picture a black metal fan not liking it, but I'm sure there are more than a few. But anyways, yeah, we'll go to listen to Nazxul, go listen to Slaughter Lord. If you haven't heard of Slaughter Lord, and you like old school, primitive Black Death thrash, stuff like that, you need it, man. I'm disappointed in you. And also, if you're a stand-up comedy fan, or if you just want to fucking laugh, go listen to Steve Hughes. Just look him up on YouTube. He has a fair amount of stuff on here, and he is one funny motherfucker. I think, in my mind, he is the most underrated comedian in the world out there, and definitely one of the funniest. So, once again, that's all I got. I'm gonna wrap this shit up. Yeah, comment, talk to me about Nazxul. How do you feel about him? If you've heard him, if you haven't heard him, go listen to him and tell me what you think. Yeah. So hopefully we'll talk soon. Thanks for stopping by. Take care.